I haven't even gotten to. I've completely forgotten. Now, I don't know the exact specifics of all of this, but apparently there was a court case against Pred the other day.
This is the court case she was probably telling me about.
Okay, where Jaden got stabbed.
Oh, no.
Do you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? Jaden got stabbed. And she told all three of us yesterday that she was there.
I'm gonna be honest. Jaden probably deserved it.
Okay, now, I am in complete 100% agreement, but still, that tells me that it's not empty threats. If she was the one who stabbed Jaden...
I don't think she would have been the one, though.
That means that she's
been honest with you through and through up to this point. Why would she go backpedal and lie about stabbing someone when she's committed to admitting that she's following through with her actions? It would be unlike her.
She's only admitted to saying things. She hasn't admitted to doing anything. And apparently, she's also hanging out with Forehead because Richard had a go at her over that too. Because he thinks that she's doing some illegal shit with Forehead.
Honestly, who... God.
And she just laughed at him whenever he asked her.
This is where I wish I was at that conversation. This is where I wish I was there, because I would have looked at Richard and said, who gives a shit if she's doing something illegal? Who gives a flying fuck? Because if she is, she's not a cop anymore. There's nothing to hold over her head other than disappointment. And if you're just going to hold disappointment over her head, you're stressing yourself out over nothing. And Nova's not going to give a shit. If she's doing something illegal, she's well aware as to what she's doing. Nova is a smart person who knows damn well that she's going to commit to whatever the hell she wants to commit to. And
the whole point of it was that they were indignant and offended because people are distancing themselves from Nova and Alexandra. And they're upset because they can't understand why. And it's like, you're literally threatening to harm officers. Why would other officers want to associate with you and your wife? Yes, they're going to distance themselves. And it was stemming from that. So it wasn't out of the blue. It was kind of stemming from that. So you'll have to forgive me. I'm trying to... There was a lot that happened in a small amount of time. So I'm trying to make sure I get all of the information out. It's just having to remember it all. But, you know, that's why it's like... People aren't going to want to remain friends with people who are openly threatening their colleagues, you know, and whatnot.
458, show me in traffic with a pink color LG, occupied twice, license plate mirror, northbound on Prosperity Street near Cross Boulevard del Perro.
Yeah. And that's why I went at her, and I was just like, I said, Nova, you are literally threatening to stab people over fucking money, and you're surprised Pikachu because people don't want to associate with you? Do you not hear the words that are coming out of your mouth? Do you not see where the flaw in that logic? So, you know, it's like...
Just, I'm going to be honest, it would not make sense to me. I'm being... Knowing Nova, or who I think I know of Nova, if Nova says that she's going to do something, she will follow through with it. And if she does, she's the kind of person to admit to that shit.
But is she? That's the thing, is that, like I said, the person that we spoke to yesterday is not the person that we knew. Both Matt and Richard said that. And with the way that she has been behaving and the things that she has said to me,
what's up, Flannel? How you
I
doing?
agree with them 100%. It's like, whoever this person is the person that she was before she came to the city. It's that past that she was running from, that she talked about, that monster that she warned me about.
Yeah.
And so, yes, to you and me, you know, just hearing about it, it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't be that pressed, but at the same time, like, it's hard to explain. Were they on duty?
Mm-hmm.
I believe so, yeah. I believe they were.
They sure as shit. Oh man, if Dark didn't, I'm gonna call him out on it. There better be a report about this. Nope.
A report about what? The lunch date?
Specifically the threats on other officers and the threats on potentially, yes, Dark is in somewhat a fault to poke the bear, but there's nothing illegal about poking the bear. There's something illegal about the actions that Nova could take, and I think having record of it is going to be something that should be in place. Even if it's something locked behind a door where no one else in the PD could see it, just something so we have record of it, because that is not good.
I know. I don't know if anybody has created a report. So, because this is something that...
what's going on? How are you?
Like, everybody just has heard, but you know what I mean? I don't know. It's a lot of overwhelming, like, there's a lot of missing pieces that I'm not aware of. So, especially from the PD side, which, yeah, maybe Matt and Richard can fill you in more. Hopefully, I'm hoping that they'll wake up. So, like, you'll have to, if they do wake up and come on duty when you're still around, you literally need to grab them just like I grabbed you and be like, hey, I really need to talk to you.
Okay.
Because if you do that, then yeah, they will make time. Because this is, you know, you know that I love you and I care about you, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is all just very, yes, I might be over exaggerating, or I might be overly paranoid. But at the same time, I would rather be paranoid and proactive for no reason than to be too late being reactive and something happens.
No, I get that. I'm not holding that against you. That's fair.
Because the three of you mean everything to me. And like I said, it's very hard to convey, but that conversation left a pit in my stomach. And I don't normally get bad feelings like that are unjustified.
608, 1038 westbound, Palomino Ave, in the Cuban Embassy parking lot, white-colored Canjo.
Well, I'm doing everything I can to stay safe. I've been, I will, and I'll continue to.
76.
Nova, I'm gonna need to talk to Matt or Dark.
Yeah. Get them to fill you in. Like I said, they can probably share with you a lot more than they could share with me, obviously, because I'm not PD. But, you know, talk to them, you know, hear their side as well. You know, that'll help. And just keep an eye on them. Don't let Nova lure you in with her whatever. Because I don't want to say bullshit, because in her mind, she does believe that she's justified.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
And I mean,
but that's
honestly,
the scary part.
Her justification could be bullshit. It's just in her mind it makes sense. I'm just trying to figure. The question
because
I have,
all of these injustices that she kept talking about, like Richard was like, when? What specifically did Toretti do to you to make you feel so slighted? And she couldn't come up with a single example. But again, she was LSPD, so why the fuck does what Toretti does even matter? It should be Richard and Libby that she's upset with.
Well, that was my next point, was she knows how the department structures work.
Right.
She knows that if something comes from another member of command or another department, it has to go through her chain of command.
Exactly. which also makes me worried for Richard.
Yeah. Nah, there's concern. I'm more concerned about why he ended the conversation with the Band-Aid ripping off, but
I
really
think
weird.
He was trying to maybe drive a point that I hope you realize what you sound like right now.
That's what it sounds
like.
You
sound like the person that you've been trying to avoid all these years.
Pot, meat, kettle.
Yeah, wow.
That's crazy, because I did the same shit to Dark a while back.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I tried to have a conversation with him about something, and he got really defensive, and he got really angry, and he got really all up in my ass about it. Immediately, like, tinfoil hat, the whole thing, just fucking, like, really just trying to drill in the idea that, you know, he's got this theory about me and kind of shifted the blame and, like, incriminating questions on me, like I did something wrong. And I literally said, you know what, never mind, I'll go speak to someone who doesn't look at me like Brian views me. And he did not like that, and I realize it, and we're well past that at this point. But I think it's really interesting that he would pull the same shit on Nova, because he knows how that affected him.
I mean, but sometimes people need that slap in the face.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And I think that's what he was trying.
For clarity on Brian, it wasn't anything to do regarding Cody. It was everything to do with the fact that what I was going to him about was Brian's investigation.
Yeah.
Brian and I are well past that. We're actually in a good spot, him and I. But there was a time there where him and I were not on good terms.
I'll never be on good terms with him.
I need to be clear when I say on good terms, I'm talking like
a work relationship. No,
yeah, work relation. I need to
You have to be able to work with him. Yeah, no.
If I couldn't, there would be a question about my job, right? Not being able to work with everyone is concern. Give me just a second.
Of course.
By the way, I just want to address this real quick to everyone in chat. I realized I came off harsh before. There were things that were mentioned in chat about Nova that I had no idea about. And I watched the meta command come up 3 different times and the backseat command come up once within the span of like 60 seconds. I don't know Nova's backstory. I don't want to know Nova's backstory. I don't care if something is considered hearsay. This is called the building of RP, right? Flop is hearing something third hand from somebody. He now needs to go backwards and go talk to other people. This is a really good story, and I really don't need this ruined because someone decided to bring something up about Nova's past. This is the beauty of this is that I want to learn about it. I don't know about it out of character. I don't want to know about it out of character because it's going to ruin the whole story for in character. And anytime I have any good RP that is build up that I think is something that is worth kind of putting a landlock on, I'm going to tell people flat out, if you meta at all or even insinuate anything that would be even in regards to meta, I'm just going to ban you. And it's not because I'm a mean motherfucker. It's just because I don't want this shit ruined. It's very rare, especially in Shift 3 right now, that I have anything that's even enticing other than regular police patrol. So this is a really good story that I don't need ruined. I don't want ruined. I'm actually invested in. That's the bottom line. I'm not mad at anyone. I'm just keeping it real and keeping it blunt, that if people want to start talking and start mentioning things that are very obviously something that I would not know and I would have to learn in character, that I don't need you in chat and I need you to be somewhere else. And I literally have a channel dedicated to be somewhere else so that those conversations can still happen. They just don't affect the role play that's happening, and they don't affect how I take things and how I respond to them. So that's the bottom line. I realized I came off blunt before, but I came off blunt, I think, well within reason to just drill in the idea that if you're gonna say some dumb shit, you're gonna get a dumb response from me. So just bear that in mind. But yeah. Do you think Nova... How do I say this? You don't know Nova as well as, I guess, I've worked with Nova for the last couple of years, right?
Right.
Do you feel like Nova was drilled into the idea of what she was insinuating?
What do you mean?
When you view Nova, sorry, I realize I'm asking kind of a specific loaded question. When you view Nova, does she come off as someone to you, as someone who would follow through on statements that she makes based on what you know about her? You mentioned Jaden,
yes.
You mentioned stabbing, and you mentioned Nova. Do you, and I'm not going to think of you any differently. I'm obviously not going to try and draw you in any direction. Do you genuinely think that Nova was the one to stab Jaden?
Based off of what I have seen and heard and know, yeah, I think she did it. Because Pred was found, Pred had no knife. He was cleared. She claims that she was cleared, but I don't know. I don't even know. Yeah. She says that she was searched, but I don't know.
Hey, what's up, Yuki? How 100%.
Are you? But she says that she was there. And if, you know, she was stabbed, I mean, if Jaden was stabbed, and that's exactly what she's threatening to do with it, because stabbing, like, threatening to hurt somebody is one thing, but, like, she specifically is threatening to stab people, and then Jaden just happens to get stabbed. And she was there.
What
side? She was also very, like, she was very, very indignant about how the cops mishandled the whole situation and violated Pred's rights, which they did. Because they went to court and
what did he even go to court? I didn't even know Pred was going to court. I didn't even know some shit was going down.
Yeah, like it happened like towards the end of the tsunami into the NA tsunami. So I was there for like the end of it, but even then I missed the ruling because I got a call from the, a deputy mayor call that I had to take. All I know was that he was found to have been unjustly searched, I think. And even then, a knife was never found on him. So,
who was on Pred's side during that? I'm assuming Nova.
Nova.
Was it just Nova?
I don't remember, but I mean, it was like on the other side, you had Bass, Brian, you had Suarez, Odessa, Crane.
Is Pred still a cop?
No. Technically, I believe he's still DOC because I remember I was in court whenever somebody was sentenced to death and he asked to be hired to DOC so he could be on the firing squad.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, so I think he just still had keys from that. But apparently, like, he had access to PD equipment, so I guess he was still using his keys to go into MRPD? Question mark? I don't know. There were comments about that between Matt and Richard, which I don't know anything about that.
Yeah. My draw to concern is that if Nova feels so justly about the way that was she saying that Jaden's situation was not handled correctly?
Yeah. The way that they handled everything was complete. She said, basically, she walked up to me at City Hall during the trial, and at first she brought up the money. The high command bonuses were, she's like, did you know about this? And I mean, she was livid about it. She was like, oh, the PD have fucked up so royally. They royally fucked Pred. And we're in court right now. And then she had to go.
So the Jaden thing, did that happen during court, after court, before court? When did
before court. Because that's what led to his unjust search and seizure.
Oh, Pred?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought Jaden getting... Okay.
Yeah, no. I don't know the situation at all in regards to the stabbing, but there most certainly will be a report, I'm assuming, since there was a court case on it.
Yeah, I don't know how to say this. Was Nova representing Pred?
No. It was Bill Stout, I believe.
My follow-up then.
But she was there.
If Nova knows so much about as to the means of how this all went down, why is she not in a fucking interrogation room?
I mean,
that's what I want to know. If she knows how bad the PD fucked up and how they royally fucked up, and she has so much knowledge as to where the PD went wrong, obviously she had some hand of knowledge of knowing what the fuck happened, right? Or am I going crazy? Am I misunderstanding?
I don't think you are, but again, I'm not privy to a lot of the information regarding that. So, I mean, that might be a conversation that you can have with somebody in your department now that you're a detective. So, or you can read the report to see.
Yeah. I'm concerned as to how close I can actually get with this, though. I may need to pass this along to other people because, unfortunately, seeing as Dark kind of antagonized this and she went to our family about it.
But here's the thing, though, Flop, is that a lot of this is just personal, friend to friend. You know,
was it friend to friend, though?
She came that's to the table, what the premise was.
I was going to say, she came to the table throwing hands.
Yeah,
so the question is, because it didn't end any better than it started, right?
That was the way that she had approached Matt.
Ooh, hold on.
It was just a friendly, like, we're going to catch up session.
Hold on.
Oh.
Hello. How you doing?
Let me go back to my vehicle.
Which way's your vehicle?
Oh my gosh.
Is it up the hill?
Yeah.
How the hell did you end up down here?
I fell.
Oh, God. Are you okay?
Do you want to hop in?
I'm good. Yeah, sure.
You just point me in the right direction.
It's behind us.
Number's taking off.
Oh, I see it. Right okay. There. Is that your deer right there?
It's like a wild deer, you know?
Okay.
Gotcha.
Vehicle's registered to an Ezekiel Cruz.
All right.
Green color penumbra.
What's going on, brother?
Spoiler.
I think just something.
It's all good. You can go and hop out. I'm just up here doing some quick license checks. Senior Ranger Flop doing on with the San Andreas State Park Rangers.
Currently northbound Palomino Avenue, left bound.
Awesome. How's the hunting been?
Southbound Palomino Avenue.
Pretty normal, you know what I'm saying?
I got you. All good. You want to share me your hunting license real quick and your ID? Just want to go and confirm that all for you. Make sure you're all good to go.
Okay, wait. Damn, it expired. The fuck?
It's all good. Just go ahead and share with me. I'm pretty fair. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
You're good. Let's see. Oh, this dude, you're fine. This ended. Okay.
And a female who identified herself as Raven Roman, but is totally not Ruben me.
All right. Let me do some run real quick. Do you have a weapons license?
After failing to
you don't have a weapons license?
No. I thought like the hunting rifle is covered in the hunting thing.
No. So the way that hunting works. The way that hunting works. Let me go and turn this down real quick. So the way that hunting works and the way that I've explained it to people is that you are allowed to hunt without a weapons license. You are not allowed to hunt and actually pull the trigger. You would have to go hunting with somebody who has a weapons license and an active weapons license. Sorry, an active weapons license and an active hunting license. you can do all the baiting, trapping, skinning, all that stuff, right? But you can't actually hunt with the rifle. And unfortunately, the only legal way you can have a legal kill under our legislation is with a hunting rifle. So you couldn't use another firearm. You couldn't use a knife. The only humane way we kill, at least in the state of San Andreas, is with a hunting rifle. Now, granted,
yeah, because I thought, like, you know, when you wanna buy a gun in the city and all that shit, the guy wants to see your license. But when you go to the hunting part, the guy doesn't ask you for a license. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
That's how I thought.
So to kind of clarify that, a lot of the times, a lot of these guys up here, that guy up at that place, we've been trying to talk to him for a while. He seems to not give a shit. Because I guess people seem to think that long rifles are you know, more of a personal transaction, whereas a handgun or concealable weapon is more required to have a weapons license to display. Overall, you would need a weapons license and a hunting license in order to hunt. I'm not gonna take anything from you. I'm not gonna fuck you over. I'll as long as everything else checks out and you're following the law. We don't have any concerns here on scene of anything that would concern me. I'm willing to issue you a temp, take your hunting rifle, and send you on your way, and just call this a misunderstanding, as long as everything checks out, right? Do you have anything to hide or anything of concern that you think I should know about before I start snooping around?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Wait, let me give you a gun. Wait.
Oh.
I put it in your trunk.
Yeah, that works. That's fine. I just want to make sure everything's okay. I'm not looking to hold you over. I'm not looking to fuck you over, you know?
Don't worry. Like, so can I punch this deer with my hand and then, you know, punch it to death?
No, that's felony animal cruelty. Yeah, you're all good. You got everything here. Awesome. Is this your truck?
It was, you know, how do you say borrowed, rented?
It was do you have rental papers?
Yeah, here.
Gotcha. These plates don't match, man.
If I don't... Damn.
Mr. Riker.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. The guy
You got an
gave me these
expired
papers.
hunting license. You don't have a weapons license. You're driving a vehicle that... Let me check this handle real quick. Is there concern here? Let's see.
I don't know what to tell you. The guy literally gave me
this
the
whole handle is fucking falling apart. What is this shit?
I don't know what to tell you. The guy literally gave me these papers and said, yeah, you're good to go. Just give me $500 for this truck and bring it back the next day after. It's literally what he told me.
Okay. Now, Mr. Riker, I have to ask you, you understand why there's some concern here, right? You see this from my perspective, right?
I understand, but I'm trying to tell you, the guy literally just, you know, said, okay, give me $500. I'll give you this papers. Just bring the truck back the next day.
Who was the guy?
Some guy I've met, like, on the road here.
Where does he live?
In Polito.
Where in Polito? What's his address?
He lives near the rental station, you know, like the one near the
Where
bus
the fuck
station.
is he expecting you to drop off the vehicle if you don't even know where he lives?
Listen, no, it's literally in the rental spot there in Polito. He's just bring it the next day after, you know, like bring it back after you're done with the night.
All right. Mr. Riker, just stay put for a minute. Bear with me, okay?
Team traffic. I'm curious. That human corpse is going to be at that clothing store on Route 68.
What?
The one where you sell your to?
Okay.
Copy that.
I'm just gonna move real quick. You're good. Dispatch 220 requesting a 77 up in the hills. I got an individual without a hunting license. I realize there's a 45 Bravo as well. If I have any units that can come up north to help assist, I would appreciate it.
437 and 499 are around. We're currently en route to the 45 Bravo.
Mr. Riker, I'm trying to figure out how I want to play this out, right? Do you have anything legal on you at this time?
Yeah.
God damn it, Mr.
It's
Riker!
a dongle. Come on, it's a dongle, mate.
All right.
Come on.
I won't fuck with your dongle. I'm just gonna go ahead and patch it down real quick, all right?
Okay, yeah.
All right. Let me take a look. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do for you. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't let you take the car.
Okay, fair enough.
Can't let you take the gun. You've already given that up. I'm not gonna take your dongle.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm in a tough spot right now. I do have reason to believe that those pelts in there are yours and you are using this car as storage.
I mean, yeah, it's literally why I rented it, you know?
Do you have a friend you can call to come transfer these pelts over?
No.
God. Okay.
Okay, here's my idea. How about we drive to Polito?
I can't let you do that. I can't let.
Okay.
Because the alternative right now is jail.
Oh man.
So I don't want to do that. But this is where I'm at right now, right? So let me go get you a couple charges written up, and we'll talk, okay?
Charges?
Yes.
Why?
Donna, we're just gonna run this.
You're hunting without a license. You don't have a weapons license, and you're joyriding.
Yeah, there was. How am I joyriding? What?
You have a vehicle that does not come back to you. You can't even.
It's not my fault. I told you the guy that I bought it, like rented it from, he gave me the keys to it, and then he gave me the papers.
But I asked you for his name, and you can't give me a name of him or an
How
address.
do I know? He literally works at the rental spot there. I didn't ask.
So you don't know who you got the car from? You said you
from
got
the
it
rental guy. Yeah.
In Polito.
Yeah.
I don't buy it.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. How else do you think I got the rental papers?
You stole it? I don't know, because the rental.
Stolen from where?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
You have to understand how this looks from my perspective, right? That handle
I
is.
do, but like you have to understand it from my perspective.
We did find a weird, meaty
Mr. Riker, I'm gonna wrap this up for you, okay?
Ew.
I'm gonna work with you today.
What's your status?
Ocean Gang.
No, why don't you come taste it, Rodney?
Ocean Gang, what?
Sorry, I was talking to radio. I'm gonna make this clear. I'm gonna help you here, okay?
Confiscated the car.
Right now, you're digging yourself a hole. Okay?
Okay.
I am already looking to work with you. You were looking at charges, but you are not in cuffs right now.
Okay, that's fair, yeah.
Because I'm not looking to put you in jail. I'm looking to give you the benefit of the doubt because you haven't done anything illegal here in terms of the things that you've shot, which leads me to believe that maybe there's a proper misunderstanding on hunting. And you did have your license about a month ago to the day. So I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt on the hunting license. You don't have a weapons license. You've already given that up to me. I'm not going to hit you for that. But you are still driving a vehicle that does not belong to you, and I have no information on this other than the fact that you have papers that clearly show the license plate, and they don't match the plates that are on the truck. Which puts me in a spot to believe that if you can't read, at least the papers that this guy gave you and the plate on the back of the truck, then there's bigger concern there. Because then that leads me down the question, do I even let you walk away from this with a driver's license if you can't read? You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna.
But you have to understand. Like I didn't pay attention. Like I trusted the guy. Like you know, I thought since it was at the rental spot.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Mr. Riker, I am gonna ask you a follow-up question. Okay, this is just a in the air, just throwing it out there. If I give you a car to drive, my name's Flop, right? If I give you a car to drive, and you get pulled over, what are you gonna tell the cop?
The same thing I told you. I rented this vehicle. I showed you the papers, but apparently, you know, like I didn't pay attention apparently because the number plates don't match.
I gotcha. Now, let's say, let's just say the cops search the vehicle and there's a trunk, or there's a body in the trunk for some reason.
What the fuck?
Now, I gave you the car. Remember. And you're driving, and you have a body in the trunk now, and I'm not in the car, and it's just you. What are you gonna tell the cop?
Well, yeah, I'm the main suspect, yeah, but like, I mean, yeah, I'm the main suspect, yeah.
So here's the similar situation. Take the body out of the equation. You have a car that doesn't come back to you, with papers that do not come back to the vehicle, with a guy that you don't know the name of, with a location that you can't tell me other than that it's in the vicinity of the rental spot. So the question is, who's the suspect here then? You understand?
The suspect changes to me, but like the main operator, you know, is the rental guy because he fucked me over.
But in court, the burden of defense would fall on you, or sorry, the burden of proof would fall on you to prove and bring that guy in as a witness. But we can't even get to the point of a name because you don't even know his name or any point of contact.
He's just a regular worker there, you know. Like I just talked to him, you know. He just said, "Yeah, give me 500. I'll give you the truck and the papers. That's it."
Okay. Let me go.
Listen. Let's make it easy. Don't worry. I can carry some pelts. You know what I'm saying? Just you know, I'll give you the papers. I'll give you the keys to the vehicle, and then yeah, let's just call the day.
Copy that.
Okay.
Like yeah, I don't want you know to make yourself headaches and all that shit.
No, it's not a headache. I'm just listening. I'm part of my job out here, Mr. Riker, is to educate and to help. I want to see people out here. I want to see people hunting. I want to see people out in the wild. You're doing your thing. You're not bothering anyone. You are doing you. With that said, there are still things that we need to follow, right? Because we still have laws we have to follow, and we have laws that I, as a ranger, need to enforce. Ocean King.
Copy that. 499 and 437. What she said.
A
what
firm.
does Ocean King mean? What?
It just means I'm okay. People asking because they see me up here.
With spy drones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's my job to educate. It's not my job to fuck people over. I'm typically a pretty lenient, outgoing guy. Everyone gets one, right? Everybody gets a warning. The difference between your warning right now is I'm still going to give you a warning, but because there's multiple offenses here, I need to be diligent and reasonable with how I proceed, right? I can't just let you get off with 4 different crimes. I need to actually break this down into what I think is reasonable and not reasonable. Do I think that maybe the license thing could have been a misunderstanding? Yes. What leads me to believe that? What leads me to believe that is that you haven't shot anything that was outside of the legislation that you're allowed to shoot, which leads me to believe to think that you actually didn't realize that your license was expired.
Yeah, I actually didn't.
You were able to buy a gun.
Permanent.
Yeah.
I forgot how to do this. I haven't been in a mountain
You
in like a year.
bought the gun from that guy up there. Part of the gun that you bought up there was also,
Don't do that.
you know, the same place you go to buy your bait, so you would believe that you only need a hunting license for that gun. So I'm not going to hit you for the gun either. You gave that up willingly. That's fine. The hunting license, that's fine. But now we're left with the truck. I got to hit you with something, man. It's going to be a misdemeanor. It's going to be probably a count of joyriding and some parole. But overall, you're not looking at anything that is, I think, outside of what is arguably a pretty fair punishment overall to what's gone on today. Would you not agree?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. All right. Let me go get your charge, and I will come back with you.
I have an idea, maybe. What about we drive to police? So I rent a vehicle, and this time I'll check the papers, and then I'll transfer the pelts from the Sand King to the Bison, and then yeah.
The issue is that I can't even let you move this truck now, considering the fact that I have reason to believe that the truck could be stolen. Okay, you know what I mean? I cannot let you get back in that truck.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
But I'm already working with you. You're not going to jail today. I truly believe that there might have been a misunderstanding with the way hunting, or with the way that you viewed hunting. And again, you don't have any pelts that would be remotely concerning. That would lead me to believe that you're doing something illegal out here on purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're obviously aware of the protected species legislation, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go get you your charge. I'm going to give you some parole. You can grab what you can if you want, but I can't let you leave with this vehicle.
Okay, yeah.
So instead of looking at like 3 charges today, you're only looking at 1. And it's pretty minor, and the time that I've technically had you detained is enough for me to just have you paroled and moved on, because it is just a misdemeanor. Okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Bear with me. By the way, this is Sergeant Madison and Officer Lucas Lavender.
Yeah.
As well as Officer Remington.
He got it.
All right. I think we're being fair with this guy.
This deer's just vibing.
Yeah, I don't know. He's in a trance.
Madison killed a bird, and I have proof.
The might be high.
What?
Did you give him drugs?
Do you have any?
Oh, I mean, I don't know.
Oh no! Is my keyboard dying?
No.
No! Chat, my keyboard might be dying.
What are you doing to that deer?
She tied it up!
You disfigured it.
Oh my god, what am I watching?
Remington, stop fucking with the deer!
Why does it look like a fucking giant-ass chicken? Bitch look like a
I think I'm being nice with this guy.
Turkey.
I was noticing problems with my keyboard the other day.
Good.
It's fine.
Hey, Batty.
You're requesting 77. 80 with a Hellion.
What a
Oh.
not even scared.
Such a cute little deer.
The Hellion is continuing through the Alta Street.
Alrighty, Mr. Riker. I got your charge. It's just gonna be a count of joyriding today. You've already given me your firearm. I'm not gonna hit you with that. I really do believe that there was some misunderstanding. I am gonna ask that you speak to a judge before you come back out here. And if you do come back out here, like I said, you can hunt, but you have to go with somebody who has a weapons license and a hunting license, a valid hunting license, who can do the shooting. You can do the baiting. You can field dress. You can be out here. You just can't be the one in possession of the gun.
Wait, quick question. Can I actually stab the deer or like animal in the neck? Like
no.
Oh my god.
No.
Why? It's the humane way to kill an animal.
I'm gonna read you.
Like inside.
So
on the neck.
people try and justify this all the time. I'm gonna read you exactly what the charge is. This way you can kind of understand where I'm coming from. Okay.
Yeah.
Felony animal cruelty. So not a misdemeanor, a felony. Intentionally wounds or maliciously ends the life of an animal in any situation other than being in present danger to a person or persons. These actions did not come from result of a legally licensed hunting rifle or by legally fishing. So in other words, if you did not kill a deer or a legal animal in a legal manner, aka the use of a hunting rifle, it is technically considered an inhumane kill according to the laws that we have in place for hunting. It has to come from a hunting rifle. And if it doesn't, then there's raised concern then to try and figure out what's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
interesting though.
Yeah.
Because you know, like stabbing into the neck is like a humane way to kill an animal.
Some Rambo shit, man. You're gonna crawl up on that thing and just fucking go for it?
I mean, listen, the deer was standing here the whole time. You know, if I could have had a knife, I just could stab it in the neck and, you know, humane way without pain.
I mean, honestly, the fact that the deer was standing here and didn't react is concerning. My immediate concern would be chronic waste disease or something that's causing this thing just to have no concerns for any regard of us being here. Because to deer, we are a threat, right? There's a reason why they're smart animals. So. All right, Mr. Riker, how do you plead for the charge of joyriding? It's gonna come with a $600 fine. It would typically come with 7 months of jail.
Question about joyriding. I thought joyriding is like, you know, when you drive crazy on the road with a vehicle.
No,
I didn't think
so that's reckless evading. So, or reckless driving, or negligent driving. Joyriding. I'll read you the charge to joyriding. Joyriding is the taking or operating of a vehicle without the owner's consent, without the intent to deprive the owner of the vehicle permanently. So in other words, you have a vehicle that you're borrowing, you're gonna bring it back, you haven't claimed that you're keeping it for yourself, right? And it doesn't come back to you, right? You don't have papers that match, you don't have anything that matches to the plate, you can't give me a name of the guy that gave it to you. All things that would lead me to believe that you are borrowing the vehicle with the intent to eventually give it back, but with no obvious intent to obtain it legally. Also, the handle's all fucked up.
I don't know what to tell you.
Does that make more sense?
Yeah.
All right. How do you
But
plead?
here's the thing, like, if I plead guilty, like, I'll get fucked over by the guy. And if I don't plead guilty, like, I don't know, like, I don't want to take this to court.
Activating at the Hellion eastbound.
It's just, say headaches for everyone, including the judge and, everyone involved.
Okay.
Speeds are 90 miles an hour.
Are you looking to contest this and bring this to court?
No, I'm actually not. Okay. Like, it's just about the principle. Like, I get fucked over by a guy if I plead guilty.
So, here's the deal, right? That's not up to you. That's going to be up to this guy. Does this guy know your name?
Yeah, he has to. No, I told him I know.
So here,
how I signatured I signed in my name on the papers. I signed in the pin of like.
Here's the deal. If you're guilty, you're guilty. We move on. If you're not guilty, you have 60 days to contest the charge. But regardless, we're gonna move on from this, right? Just a matter of if you want to take this to court or not. If you're guilty, you're guilty. If you're not guilty, you have 60 days from the day of today that you're receiving the charge to contest it in court. That's
okay,
all.
You know what, Flop? You've been very nice and fair to me. I'll let you do it. Yeah, I'm guilty. Yeah.
Okay. I appreciate it. I appreciate your honesty. Like I said, all the other hunting charges I do believe are potentially honest mistakes, but the car I can't let you leave in. So I see the remains here from the pelts. If you want to take one with you, feel free. I'm not going to stop you from doing that, but anything that's left in this truck by the time you leave, I have to impound. So
don't worry, I lifted, I started lifting. I can carry some, don't worry.
I got you. I'm going to go and electronically bill you real quick.
Don't worry, guys. I start to lift. Don't worry, I'm strong enough.
Okay.
All the way to shit. Where's that coming from?
You're gonna dirty your suit.
That's already dirty. I hunted with it,
I'm surprised you hunt in a suit.
Well, I have to look like a mafia boss,
You have to?
Everywhere I go. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I like this, like my style. It's a new style. I'm not a street fuck anymore. I'm like a mafia boss.
You're what?
Huh?
Yeah, check my MDW picture, and then compare that.
Oh, I
picture
saw
to
it.
This one. Yeah, compare. I look like a regular street fuck, but like I look like a gangster, like an actual mafia boss or something, Damn.
Well, I mean, you went from like street racer to like, not street racer, which is I think good. Are you trying to go for the mafia boss vibe?
No, it's just a German style,
I mean, fair enough. Respect. I can't get a VIN off this fucking truck.
Hey, what do you mean street racer? I'm not a street racer.
I'm saying that in your photo, it looked more like a that street racer vibe.
Damn.
I don't know.
What kind of street racer vibe? Like Vendetta, Yokai? The type of guy that
I don't know.
4 laps.
I got no idea, man. You all good with the
The pelts, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go and just call this in. We'll get it taken care of, all right? All right.
Won't you guys give me a ride, at least, please?
I'll give you a ride to the pelt spot, but that's it. I know you don't have any weapons on you.
Wait, can I put it in the trunk?
Let me grab that gun first before you look in that trunk. There you go. Thank you, Madison.
Thank you. You know, I'm just past the gangster thing, like boosting and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just want to try hunting for now.
I gotcha.
Anyway, guys, tell me, how are these streets? Are they quiet? Are they, grimy?
It's actually been pretty busy today so far. It's been pretty on the go, if I'm being honest.
By the way, I'm surprised that rangers still look at the hunting spot. I thought like no one hunts anymore, and that's why rangers stopped looking at the police forest.
Nah, I make nightly trips. I'm all up in those hills all the time, to be honest.
I've seen rangers more in the city chasing than actually checking on hunters.
Well, we can't just live up here, you know what I mean? That's not our goal. Our goal is to have a presence up here, but our goal isn't to like set up a tent, pitch a tent, and live. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. Consider this a one in stern warning, okay? If I catch you again now that we've had our discussion up there doing anything, just know that next time around it's not going to be the same way, right?
Yeah. Next time I'll just straight up book it.
Oh, come on now. Alrighty, Mr. Riker, you take care.
You too, guys. Wait, let me. Hey!
Oh yeah, you're
I need money. Okay, please. Okay, thank you, guys. Good luck. Bye.
Yep. This motherfucker really
he has no idea how easy he got off.
Listen, I do that on purpose though, because then people have this good rapport with us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because now if I catch you again up there, holy fuck, that man is gonna regret ever stepping foot on a fucking piece of soil ever again.
Yeah, I mean, because he just said it right there at the end. I didn't think you guys came out here anymore.
Oh, yeah.
He knew what he was doing.
damn right. Listen, I'm willing. Everybody gets one. In fact, he was probably one of the more lenient people I am with. Mm-hmm. Most of the time, I would have thrown his ass in jail.
Yeah. You did good. You handled that well.
I mean, listen, you have to, because if you don't, and you don't give people... My whole thing with the Rangers is that I don't want to be the scary force. I want people to look at me and say, oh, look, a Ranger, and be excited to see me. I don't want people to be concerned when they see me. I want people to have some kind of idea as to what they're walking into when they see me.
Yeah.
And a lot of people really enjoy seeing me, but people that don't enjoy seeing me are people that have wronged me. I've given people the opportunity of a lifetime to not make some dumb shit excuse. I mean, honestly, if I was really petty, I was gonna tell him no pelts whatsoever and call it a day. I kind of out-pettied him there, and he doesn't even realize it. Considering the fact that I just dropped him off at the pelt spot, he can't sell those for a while. They have to dry out before he can sell them.
I was about to say, yeah. He's just gonna be stood there for a while.
Oh yeah, he's royally fucked. Capital F.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
I'm sorry that, I info dumped you.
No, you're fine.
But I wanted you to just know, so that way when you do see Matt and Richard, if, for whatever reason, they're dealing with that. And to just keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
Because, like, Matt, I'm not concerned about in regards to her, but Richard, I am very, very much so.
Dark gets a little too loud for himself, and he doesn't realize, like,
Well, I mean, a lot of people say that about me too, but
I forgot to take off from chat.
It's just part of who we are, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Forgot to take his lockpick.
I know that there are times when I can't really. I know that I should, but I do it anyways, or I know that I shouldn't, say certain things or speak in a certain tone, but at the same time, would I really be me if I didn't?
No.
I don't know. I would like to think that for the most part I can be reasonable. But again, it was a personal setting. It was a personal conversation. Friends were talking about things with friends. And I think that Richard and I were both coming from a place of disappointment and shock and anger because, neither of us take threats on people's lives lightly. That's a very serious thing.
Chad, what do we think about what just happened? That was kind of funny. No,
for her to just be so flippant about it, like, yeah, I did that. Okay, and you don't see the problem? It was just, it just kind of built up from that,
Remember who your HR is.
But when you do talk to them, just, I don't want to say, how do I want to word this? Tread lightly, just because it was a very emotionally jarring conversation.
Yeah?
What?
Of course. No, nothing. I will.
Hello.
Hey, Matt. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. You know who I'm riding with right now? I have Etta. And I really need to talk to you.
Why?
Reasons?
You mean reasons?
I just need to have a conversation with you.
Okay. All right. How urgent is this? Because I'm gonna be honest, every single shift I've had this week, I've had very. Never mind. How urgent?
Let me ask you this: how badly do you think? Hold on, is this the guy that I just arrested? Probably. So. Oh my God, this guy. It is. What an idiot. This is, I'm just talking to Etta. I'm sure you can put 2 and 2 together as to what we probably had a conversation about.
Nova?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, I'm confused. How much worse can it get?
I mean, listen, is there anything else or anything that you feel like I should know? I didn't get a call from you or a text or anything from Dark, but it sounded like it didn't go exactly like a bedside manner conversation. So I just wanted to know, is there anything I should be aware of?
I don't know. I really don't. I don't know what's relevant here.
I don't know what's relevant either. That's why I'm asking you. Do you think there's anything that is relevant that I should know about, or is this sort of a? It ended on a bad note. We're all moving on.
I think that's more an issue or a question for
Dark.
For Richard. Okay. Yeah. And the reason I say that is because I think the thing you're trying to pinpoint here, without saying it directly, was never mentioned to me.
Okay.
From Nova. It was mentioned to Richard.
Okay. So then I will talk to him then whenever he's around and have more of a open-ended conversation, hopefully, unless he tries to landlock that one too and tries to push that one away. But it sounds like it didn't end well, so I want to make sure that he's good and at least make sure that he knows he can talk to someone about it if that's something he wants.
I don't know that he's going to want to, truthfully. I think it's a matter of you sort of expect something of someone